Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room or recap, sorry. The recap for Wednesday, August the 15th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions for me? This is the email address you can use. This is a link to get into our free room. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free trading room. I open the room at about 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen, and I get live on the mic at about 9:05. I go to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and 3 o'clock on Fridays. This is a subscription link. There's a promo code for 15% off either the first month of a standard or premium subscription or the entire year of a standard or premium subscription. Well, what a day. I hope if you're in the room, you know exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, it's funny. I haven't been getting up as early this past couple of weeks as I normally do. I'm on the West Coast. Sometimes I do get up at 4 o'clock my time, between 4 and 4:30 my time. Kind of getting up at 5 though now. But today, for whatever reason, I got up at quarter to 4, and I ever glad that I did. So, because look at CGC. This is one of the big pot stocks, marijuana stocks. I think they did an IPO fairly recently. Kind of a weird IPO. Let me just show you the daily chart on it. I think it IPO'd right there. I know it trades in Canada, so it's a little bit of a strange one. But at any rate, there is where on our charts that it started to trade. Popped up. Wasn't really doing too much, not doing too much. No clues about today on Monday or yesterday, and then look what happened today. So what happened today? So here, when I woke up, this is what I saw. I saw, wow, okay, what is the news? So turns out that STZ Constellation Brands, the company that owns Corona beers, decided to sink $4 billion, and there's more to it. There's more to this that press release than just the $4 billion. But man, oh man, I mean, they basically said, okay, we need, as a beer company, or I don't know what else they do. Constellation Brands. I don't know if they're just into beverages, but we need to find a marijuana stock to kind of partner with. So anyway. That was the news on it, and I watched it. So that's 7 o'clock right there. There's 7:15 right there. I'm kind of wondering, okay, is it going to really pop? Anyway, bottom line is I took this trade right here at 32.50. Won't bore you with all the details other than I got out here, here, and here. Okay, I think that's it's approximately 37, 38, and 39, and then it sold off. I mean, the stock as we speak is still up 27%. All right. So I thought, okay, what is another one that I might like to, because we watched, obviously a lot of the marijuana stocks were popping along with CGC. CGC, of course, was the most dynamic one. But this is another. Now, this was a definite IPO. No ifs, ands, or buts. There was its IPO day, not that long ago, less than a month ago. Had a beautiful pop all the way up here, and then it kind of sold off, and yesterday it looked like it might start to challenge the lows. So here's today's daily chart or daily candle. So I looked at this and I thought, okay, I didn't get into this here. I didn't get into it here, here. But I really thought, this is the type of stock that may find some value. Some people are going to be looking for another marijuana stock. It's really that simple. So I ended up taking the trade right about, it was 20, just a second here, just got to check my notes here. Yeah, 27. Right about here. I was waiting to see if it could take out that pre-market high. So I got in right about there. I think it's about 27.77. And in fact, not on that. Now, it didn't do this. It was this is what I saw. I saw this bottoming tail, and then it zoomed right back up. And then, I mean, I got very fortunate. Citron, if you know anything about Citron, notorious short seller, decided that, okay, guys, it's time to find a pot stock. And with that CGC news. So they came out with an email, and I haven't got it yet. I think what they do is they stagger them, but this email hit right about here. Look what it did. remember now, I'm in here just before all this, and it just zoomed up. Now I took some out right here. Okay, so that's almost a $2, quite a $2 a pop in a very short period of time. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to admit I don't know if I'm going to hold the rest and because this would have to be more of a long term. My swing trades are typically 2 or 3 days. This would have to be a little bit longer if I'm really serious about it. I haven't made up my mind of what I'm going to do. But anyway, that was very very exciting for me to have been in this one and then have it do this based on that Citron email. What else happened? I did take another one in the pre-market, and this is a good reason why you should always have a stop. All right. So look at this one. This LMFA, just a really small one, only 3.9 million shares in the float. Actually released earnings after the market closed yesterday. This is the mauve area right there. And I actually saw this. I was doing some after-hours work yesterday. I did see this. I thought, wow, that's interesting. And it is an earnings play. So I watched it in the morning, again, getting up relatively early. Saw it here, was holding its after-hour gains, and certainly was popping up. I thought, man, if it could get through $1, this could really fly because, again, at least it has some news about them. A lot of these little ones have hardly any news. You've really got to scour to see why things are moving. But at least, this one was, I'll call it legit. It had news because it was an earnings release. Anyway, watched it pop up to almost $1. It came back down, popped up again, came back down, and I ended up taking it here. I thought, okay, maybe now it's going to continue. I got into this one, I think it was at 85 cents. And then it started to drop, and I said, you know what, I don't like the way it's trading, so I got out at 76 cents, so I took a 9-cent loss, and look what it did afterwards. And that, I was just saying, that's why you have to obey your stops. This one could have turned around immediately and got right back up, and I could have taken it again. Can always get back in. Commissions are so darn cheap. No excuse to not obey your stops because you think, man, I don't want to pay commissions, or I think it's going to turn around. But I mean, that's, to me anyway, that's just a great illustration of why you should always obey your stops, because I didn't allow this 9-cent loss to turn into a 50-cent loss or a 40-cent loss. Because obviously if you're you're going to be taking a few shares on a cheap stock. So I had a manageable loss that I was happy enough to take and not let it turn into this. So. What else happened? Here's the other one. This was on a cross. I mean, this was such a great day today. I think you have to look at it on the 5-minute chart to see the actual cross that we always talk about in the room. Back it out a little bit. There it is. Okay. So excuse me. So we talk about this cross a lot. This is the that orange line there is the 8 exponential moving average, the 8 EMA, and that is the 20 SMA, simple moving average. Okay. It doesn't matter what time frame, but we look at the 5 minutes most often. But if you see a cross like this on any time frame and it's still close enough, then it can set up a potential long situation. I mean, it doesn't mean that just because you see a cross you hop into it. But there's the cross. It was at 1804, and so I ended up taking this trade at 1810. Yeah, 1810. Got into it right there. Now, this was not easy. Got into this, so I'm sorry. Yeah, there's the cross. I had to find where the cross was. So right there. Now it popped up, but it was a little bit spready, and it moved back down. I actually took some out fairly quickly. I think it was at 1831 or so, and then look at this candle. It got all the way back down to almost that 18 level. And I almost freaked. Well, not freaked, but I mean, it almost knocked me out. But because I had sold some more at 1858. I'm sorry, I'm sort of disjointed here. I'm looking at my my notes that I've scrawled here. Anyway, the bottom line is though that I was able to hold on, and I was a little worried that it might not break through 19. So I sold. Oh, just one moment, please. No, you know what? Just a second. I'm just going to turf that. Thank you. I think it was just a crank phone call. So I was a little worried it wasn't going to get through 19, so I took out the balance at 1884. Wasn't I was kind of happy to do that because look what happened. But then look at this. Now I did not get back into this one. I know a few in the room were waiting on another 19 break, and it did and it just moved up from there. That turned out to be a really great trade for a lot of people in the trading room. What else happened? You know what? That's about it. I mean, very exciting day though. Extremely exciting day. I would be watching. By the way, if you have trade ideas, you can load one of the channels we have is called the 420 channel, and that basically tracks all the marijuana stocks. Okay, so this is actually from the marijuana channel. Just go the 420 channel in the channel bar, and I think for the next few days anyway, I'll be starting to follow that because look, anytime a company sinks 4 billion, like an established company was STZ, okay, puts $4 billion into a marijuana stock a company, the market will sit up or take notice of it. So, anyway, can't wait to get back in the room, and I see that my TLRY is still doing well after that pullback, a little bit of a pullback. So, when I get back into the room, and let me just bring back the capture program. All right, so if you want to ask me any questions, this is the email address you can use. This is the address to get into or the link to get into our free trading room. And I open the room at around 9 o'clock Eastern Time every day. That's when I start to share my screen. I get live in the mic at 9:05, and as I said before, I go to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and 3 o'clock on Fridays. So I hope to see you in our trading room tomorrow. Hope everybody has a great evening. Bye-bye.